Mario Kart Wii, the game that introduced spikes, tricks, and vertical dash panels to the Mario Kart series. This is one of my favorite Mario Kart games of all time, because of, again, all the new gameplay additions it brought to the table, as well as the large character roster and game modes, but most of all of the very fun racetracks it has. Well, mostly Nitro tracks. Today, I'm counting down my top 10 favorite Mario Kart Wii tracks, 5 Nitro and 5 Retro. Rules first, I judge tracks based on how fun, thrilling, hard, etc. they are. Also, I will not be counting any battle courses, and this is just my opinion and no one else's. That's it for the rules, so let's go! Kicking off the Nitro list is Grumble Volcano from the Star Cup. As the name clearly implies, this track takes place inside and around a huge volcano, with the main obstacles being jumps, steep drops, a few sharp turns, and, naturally, lava. Also, the volcano in the background will shoot volcanic debris towards the track, which racers had better avoid unless they like their bodies medium well. However, the biggest obstacle is the road itself, which, as the race progresses, will start crumbling away. Maybe they should have called it Crumble Volcano, leaving racers with less room. If you haven't already guessed, all these obstacles make this track quite a challenging one, which is the main reason why I like it. It also has very epic scenery and music, along with an epic concept, racing inside an active volcano. What's more awesome than that? Grumble Volcano erupts on all who want 5th place. Fourth place goes to Coconut Mall from the Flower Cup. This track takes place in, who would have guessed, a mall. Except for a few Miis driving cars at the end, it doesn't necessarily have any real obstacles, just some sharp turns here and there. Yeah, this track is a pretty easy one, but like I've said before, sometimes nice and easy tracks in Mario Kart are kinda nice every now and then. I also like the huge jumps near the end, along with the shortcut through the store at the beginning. I also like the scenery and especially the music, along with the clever concept of racing through a mall. And side note, all the little Mii cameos are pretty cool. Sorry, that's all I have to say about this track. I really wish I could say more, but I just can't. Coconut Mall is nice and easy enough to be my 4th favorite Mario Kart Wii Nitro track. I wonder if the mall sells any time-killing epilogues. Coming in at 3rd place is Koopa Cape from the Star Cup. This is an aquatic Mario Kart track, but it definitely isn't your typical one. It has quite a few obstacles, including Goombas, steep drops, sharp turns, and these electric wheel things near the end. There are also a lot of jumps and ramps, which allow racers to perform a lot of tricks, which is always a plus for any Mario Kart track. As for overall difficulty, I wouldn't call this track easy or hard. I'd say it has a good balance of both. It also has some nice scenery and really catchy music. This is, overall, one of my favorite aquatic tracks throughout the entire Mario Kart series, since it's very fun, not too easy or hard, has some fun to avoid obstacles, has a lot of places to perform tricks, etc. To sum this track up in one word, it's unique. Unique enough to easily earn 3rd place on the Nitro list. Running up is Maple Treeway from, once again, the Star Cup. This track takes place in a forest village in autumn, with a good amount of obstacles. These include plenty of sharp turns and steep drops, huge wigglers that can sometimes be annoying as all hell to avoid, and piles of leaves, which sometimes contain harmful items. In other words, it's pretty darn challenging. However, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This track has outstanding scenery and music, and a very clever and unique concept for a Mario Kart racetrack. It's also really fun, since there are a lot of places where tricks can be performed. I also like the leaves that fall in the background, as well as the barrel cannon launch at the beginning. And side note, the shortcut at the start. To sum up why I like Maple Treeway, it's fun, unique, and a good challenge, but overall, it's just a very brilliant track. That's all there is to why it's my second favorite Nitro one. Nitro honorable mentions. 10th place is Bowser's Castle from the Special Cup. This is just your typical Mario Kart Bowser's Castle. The obstacles include lava, thwomps, a mechanical Bowser, and a few steep drops and sharp turns. However, this one has a lot of places where tricks can be performed, which is the main reason why I like it. 9th place is Daisy Circuit from the Star Cup. This one's just a nice and simple track around a city, which is presumably owned by Daisy. Although I think it's too easy for the Star Cup, I like it because of, again, how nice and simple it is, along with that shortcut at the beginning and the nice music. 8th place is Wario's Gold Mine from the Flower Cup. This one takes place in a gold mine owned by Wario, hence the name, with the obstacles including steep drops, swoopers, and mainly minecarts. While I honestly think the Mario Kart 8 version is better, I still like this one because it's somewhat challenging and has a pretty clever concept for a Mario Kart racetrack. 7th place is DK Summit from the Flower Cup. Basically, this track is a combination of DK Mountain from Double Dash and DK Pass from DS. Racers race down a huge snowy mountain, which has obstacles such as steep drops, snow that can slow racers down, and snowboarding Shy Guys. This track is really fun because of all the tricks that can be performed, as well as the huge cannon launch at the beginning. I also like how it's a combination of two older Mario Kart tracks, and side note, the music. I also like how the snow falls heavy on the first lap and clears up as the race progresses. Last but not least, 6th place is Rainbow Road from the Special Cup. This is my second favorite Rainbow Road in the Mario Kart series, since it's, of course, very challenging, with several sharp turns and steep drops serving as obstacles. It's also very fun to race on, since there are a lot of places where tricks can be performed. It also has amazing scenery and music, which you're listening to right now. And side note, I like how star bits appear if you have a save file of Super Mario Galaxy. Number 1 is none other than Mushroom Gorge from, surprise surprise, the Mushroom Cup. What do you know? My top 4 favorites all made it into Mario Kart 7. Anyway, this track takes place in a mountainous region with several mushroom trampolines, which racers must jump across to proceed. As for obstacles, the main ones are all the steep drops, along with a few Goombas at the end. Like Koopa Cape, this track isn't really easy or hard. It's got a good balance of both. Although, if I had to pick one, I'd say it's a tad bit more easy than hard. I love this track because it's very fun, since bouncing across the mushroom trampolines is a huge rush, and not to mention, tricks can be performed off them. It's also very unique, since, to my knowledge, no other Mario Kart racetracks have mushroom trampolines. Also unique and clever is the concept, since I don't think any other Mario Kart track requires racers to proceed by jumping, rather than simply driving. For all of these reasons, Mushroom Gorge is easily my number 1 favorite Mario Kart Wii Nitro track of all time. If you disagree, well, you can go jump head first down a gorge with a rock tied to your head. Okay, maybe that was a little harsh. Sorry. Kicking off the retro list is Mario Circuit from the Leaf Cup, originally from Double Dash. Like Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road, every Mario Kart game has a Mario Circuit. Well, except Super, which has 4. And Double Dash, this is one of my favorites. For obstacles, this track has a chain chomp, along with a few Goombas and Piranha Plants. Are you expecting more? Well, sorry, that's all. So, if not for difficulty, then why do I like it, you may ask? Well, the thing is, I don't really know. I just like this track a lot for some reason. You know, sometimes you just like something and you don't even know why. Could be the simplicity, the scenery, the few obstacles, the wide road, now being able to do tricks off the bumps on the sand road, and just spitballing here. Or you know what, maybe it could be nostalgia. I know that's kind of a cop-out, but whether there's a reason or not, Mario Circuit is my 5th favorite retro track. Fourth place goes to Sherbet Land from the Banana Cup, originally from 64. This track takes place in a winter wonderland with ice everywhere, and you know what that means: lack of traction, and therefore hard turning. In addition to that obstacle, there are also a bunch of sliding penguins and steep drops into water. Freezing water. However, despite these obstacles, I'd say this track is more on the easy side, and is actually much easier than the original N64 version because it was made bigger. You know, as was every retro track, to accommodate 12 racers. I like this track because avoiding the penguins is quite a rush, and the scenery and music are very nice. I also have an affinity for snow and ice tracks in Mario Kart, therefore, Sherbet Land is easily the winner of 4th place. Anyone else wondering why this track was named after a dessert? Coming in at 3rd place is Peach Gardens from the Lightning Cup, originally from DS. This is a rather long track around the backyard of Peach's castle, with several obstacles. These include sharp turns, thick grass and walls that slow racers down, chain chomps, San chains, a narrow dirt road, and Monty moles. Holy mother of Jesus, that's a lot. I.e., this track is very difficult, and quite fitting for the Lightning Cup. Yeah, that's pretty much the main reason why I like it so much, because it provides a good challenge. Also, the scenery and music are very beautiful, and I admire the concept of racing in the backyard of Peach's castle. Also, I like the ramps that were added near the dirt road. That's all there is to why I like this track. It's both challenging and serene, which is quite a rare combination, at least in Mario Kart. If you ask me, that's more than enough for Peach Gardens to earn 3rd place. Running up is Bowser's Castle from the Lightning Cup, originally from 64. You know how Bowser Castles go in Mario Kart, right? Racers race inside, well, you know. There are usually obstacles such as thwomps, mechanical Bowsers that shoot fire at racers, steep drops into lava, sharp turns, etc. But this Bowser's Castle isn't quite that simple. Or at least, the thwomps aren't. They're not like thwomps from other tracks that just stay in one place and smash into the ground at regular intervals. The ones in this track move around all over the place, making it harder for racers to avoid them. This track is quite a good challenge, what with all the obstacles, hence why it's the last track in the Lightning Cup, and the scenery and music are also epic, and very fitting for a Bowser's Castle. I also like how ramps were added to the jumps at the end, which allow racers to perform tricks. Bowser's Castle is definitely my second favorite retro track for these reasons. Retro honorable mentions. 10th place is Delfino Square from the Banana Cup, originally from DS. I assume this track takes place somewhere on Isle Delfino, and doesn't really have any obstacles, aside from a few crates. Ergo, it's on the easy side, but that's just it. It's just a nice and simple track, with great scenery and music. Also, I love Super Mario Sunshine, so I also love anything based off that game. And side note, I enjoy doing tricks off the bridge at the end. 9th place is Peach Beach from the Shell Cup, originally from Double Dash. Despite its name, only a part of this track actually takes place on a beach. Some of it takes place on the streets of what looks a bit like Delfino Plaza. For obstacles, it has water, which will slow racers down, and cataquacks, which will chuck racers up to the ozone layer. This track, hence why it's first in the Shell Cup, is quite easy, but again, that's just it. It's a nice and simple track with serene scenery and music. And, again, Super Mario Sunshine. 8th place is Bowser Castle 3 from the Leaf Cup, originally from Super Circuit. Like most other Mario Kart Bowser Castle tracks, this one has many obstacles including thwomps, lava, and a few sharp turns. I like it for pretty much the exact same reasons as N64 Bowser's Castle, because of the difficulty and epic scenery and music. Sorry, can't see any more than that. 7th place is Shy Guy Beach from the Banana Cup, originally from Super Circuit. This one takes place on a, beach, with one major obstacle, a Shy Guy pirate ship that shoots cannonballs in the racer's path. But outside of that, it's a relatively easy track. I like it because of the unique obstacle, as well as the amazing music, which you're listening to right now. Last but not least, 6th place is DK Mountain from the Lightning Cup, originally from Double Dash. Racers race down a huge mountain with a bitter expression. Maybe he doesn't like being driven on? He's like, "Get your tires off me!" There are some obstacles, like boulders, pitfalls, sharp turns, and a swaying bridge, which falling off of can really cost you. This track is really fun and also quite challenging, and there are also a lot of places where tricks can be performed, making it much more fun, even more so than the original GameCube version. And side note, the huge cannon launch at the beginning. Number 1 is none other than Waluigi Stadium from the Banana Cup, originally from Double Dash. If you saw my Double Dash video, you know I teased this. With this, we literally have a dirt bike track. There are several obstacles throughout it, such as dirt, sharp turns, fake piranha plants and pipes, and fire bars. Also, there are a lot of huge jumps, which really solidifies the dirt bike track vibe, especially since you can perform tricks off them. Additionally, the scenery, sounds, music, heck, everything is epic. Not one thing about this track is not awesome in every way. If you're really into dirt bike races, this track is perfect for you. With it, you sort of get to experience it for yourself. If you somehow haven't realized yet, this track is extremely fun, exhilarating, and thrilling, and that's really all there is to it. This track is just too awesome for words. It's also much better than the original GameCube version, because, like I said, you can now perform tricks, as well as use bikes, and therefore do wheelies. All of this makes this track feel much more like a dirt bike one. And side note, it's also a smidge harder, providing a slightly better challenge. So, with all it has going for it, Waluigi Stadium is easily my number 1 favorite Mario Kart Wii retro track of all time. Still hashtag Waluigi Smash Ultimate DLC! So there you have it, my top 10 favorite Mario Kart Wii tracks of all time. For more videos like this, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, please check out my social media. All links are in the description. Thank you very much for watching, folks. See you next time. Mikoro Glyscore 472, out.